Western and Bishops.
Well, Bishops is coming off a huge win last night, really late in the game with that sixth goal for them to take it over Guelph, and so they're going to have a lot of momentum coming into this, especially with the home team fans cheering them on. But Western has an excellent lacrosse team. They finished first in the West Division, and they're going to come out and they're going to fight really hard. So it's going to be a really hard-fought game.
Michael Byrne takes the opening faceoff for Western, going right to left on your screen and wearing the white with the purple accents. The Gators will be wearing their purple. We've got a pretty nice crowd that's filed in, still filing into the stadium. The Gators cheerleaders have taken their place down on the tarmac around the field. And Western sets up for the first offensive possession. Ryan Miles with the ball. He's going to trot around behind the net. Moves it off to Thomas Masterson. Tom Masterson plays for the KW Kodiaks, a major series across. There's a shot early from the outside off the post. That's Cody Ward. 41 point scorer, 32 of them goals this year. And it's going to be Bishop's ball. That gets a rousing cheer from the crowd. Cody Ward there to implement the ride, as Bishop's going to try and bring the ball back out of their own crease. This is David Bigley, the star of Game 1. He was a difference maker for Bishops in that opening game. And this is one of the things his athleticism brings to you, is he can just run around away from people. He's quick enough to get out there and quick enough to recover. The long pass, not much wind today. We had some last night. Obviously knocked down a tree onto the power lines and caused an outage, which meant we had to finish the last night's game this morning. A huge battle for that loose ball. Western will come away with it. And Austin Haber will start with the ball, makes the short pass. And boy, when there's a battle like that right in front of the benches, you can hear all the coaches and players giving the officials their opinions. Western setting up. Jody Jones-Smith, an All-Canadian and a player, the only player in this tournament who's in this selected in this year's National Lacrosse League entry draft. Going to the New England Black Wolves, who he'll try and make when he goes to camp. He's waiting for the ball, but it's going to be reversed the other direction. Quick pass across by Patrick Gamble. And they get it up to the top, and they're just going to reset things. Ryan McCrory down on the crease, number 15 for Western in white. A huge season for them. 31 goals, 13 assists. But Cody Ward's going to wind up with the ball back up top and start things over, and there's McCrory setting down low. It's in the stick now of Ryan Miles. Jones-Smith gets down in behind. Masterson takes the pass back. Good ball movement and a chance on the crease. But McCrory just wasn't able to catch that ball. And Bigley will just throw the ball into the back of his mesh and start things over. There's a tough ride. And they're going to cause a turnover. Western with all kinds of numbers. Cody Ward scores. And boy, there's not much Bigley could do about that after a great strip of Andrew McNeil by a pair of Western offensive players.
No, yeah, Bigley had nothing going on there. There's three attack men coming down on him, and if he had made the save there, it would have been miraculous.
Yeah. And we've seen him make some great saves all alone.
Oh, we for sure have.
Cody Ward is a very good shooter. 32 goals this year during the regular season, and really no chance that he gave.
Yeah,
Bigley.
He leads the Mustangs in goals for their team, so he's not a man who's shy to score.
Ball pulled back between the legs of Etienne Bouchard. Tapped away, and it's going to roll all the way over. A big battle. Western gets it again. They try to get it back to McCrory. Ward's going to scoop it up behind the back pass, and they'll set things up with Tom Masterson with the ball.
It's crazy. Bigley doesn't even think before he tries to get into the play. He almost ran out there to pick up that loose ball.
There's a save by Bigley on the shot from in close by McCrory. And then Bigley sprints to the end line, not in time, as McCrory will get possession for Western. Bigley has to race back to his net. Masterson's just going to trot in behind. Western up 1-0 as we're almost 5 minutes into the first quarter of this Baggataway Cup semifinal. Jones Smith. Little shimmy shammy move, then spins back around. Slows things down. Sam Neeb waving to everyone to reset things and start it all over again. A lot of veteran experience for this Western club. They've been here. They know what they're doing. There's a shot, and they've got Masterson deep to ensure they get the second chance opportunity here. Bishops with a big emotional win last night. You never know how that's going to play out.
Yeah, it was crazy for Winquist to come down and score in the last 30 seconds to take them over top of Guelph.
Yeah, I mean, like about 10 seconds left, right? Right after Guelph's Liam Corbett had scored, just about 10 seconds earlier to tie things up. Looked like we were going to overtime, and Simon Winquist had different ideas.
Yeah.
So far, Bishops hasn't even had a possession of any extent in the offensive zone.
Well, it's going to be a hard-fought game for Bishops because Western has an unbelievable offense. They've got 164 goals for this year, and they're relentless on the attack.
And so patient. I mean, they will just keep moving around until they get something. But as soon as they see an opening, they don't hesitate to drive inside like they do there. Jones Smith setting up Ryan McCrory. McCrory buries. It's 2-0 Mustangs.
And there you go. Just as you were saying that how they work, they show it right there. They're patient. They wait for that open lane, and then they take it as soon as they can get it.
Michael Byrne for Western about to take the face-off against Etienne Bouchard. Bouchard thought he came out with it, but it was actually in behind him. Austin Haber loses his stick. It's going to be Bishop's possession.
This is Bishop's first possession. This is big for them.
Yeah, you would think they're going to take their time here, let everyone get a touch, and give the defense a chance to catch their breath. Just pass the ball around for a bit. Everyone getting a touch here for Bishops. Just taking their time. They move it across to Joel Wright. In behind to Dewar. Ryan Dewar moves it up. Keep your eye for Bishops on 23, Ryan Dewar. 15 in the middle of the field there is James Malloy. Leading scorer in this division of Kufla. And of course, midfielder number 8, Mason Austin. Knew we'd do that at some point. Get it out of the way early. Mason Austin, the man with 2 first names, takes the pass now. Joel Wright sets a bit of a pick for him. A little spin by Austin. He steps back. Fires it over to Cam Bateman. Bateman's going to change directions. Gets it to Wright. He's looking for Dewar. Makes the pass over. Craig Charteris on him. Passes him off to Michael Byrne. The D-Mitty out there checking in behind the net. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here at the Baggataway Cup. Bishops and Western meeting. Again, I am Steven Stamp, joined by Sawyer Brock. Ball is stripped. Great steal by Peter Hunt, and then he sprints up the field with the ball. Knocked down.
Oh,
what a turnabout by Joel Wright. And there comes the flag as Western clearly had a player offside. And then they're going to get another one.
Flag. Big goal.
And Bishop scores and will go to the man up. Bradley Haddon. The Western player Cody Ward just ran back into the defensive zone and ran over a player from behind when the offside was already coming. The entire crowd was calling for that offside. Everyone saw it.
It was the ref actually almost made the call because of the crowd. He kind of hesitated, and once he was hearing the jeering from the crowd, he threw the flag.
Yeah, he may have just double clutched on the flag. You don't
Yeah.
always grab it the first time. But the goal for Bishops and the ensuing penalty, we'll try and get you all the penalty calls as they're relayed to us. So both penalties canceled by goals. They're both technical. We had an offside, of course, as we mentioned, and then an interference call on Cody Ward. So those will be wiped out, and we will go back to even strength or stay at even strength. But Bishops, more importantly, they get a goal just past the midway point of the first quarter.
And they needed that goal to come back just from those 2 quick goals. They don't want to let Western get too ahead of them and gain all the momentum.
Eventually, Western comes up with the ball here. Jordy Jones-Smith scooping that groundie. Here comes Western starting to push the pace again. Moving up into the attack position. Masterson down, goal line extended. It's being watched by Bradley Haddon. A little pressure coming now. Bishop's trying to retain their defensive discipline while getting some pressure out. There's a pass across through the middle. It skips away. It's going to be a race for it. It's going to be Ryan Dewar getting there first. Can he stay over center? He just loses the ball. We're going to have a penalty coming to Craig Charteris. It's a push, 30 seconds. A little over aggressive for Charteris, trying to shove Dewar back over center for the offside, and Bishops will have a short man advantage. Dewar behind the net, goes to Malloy, who fires it. That one's going to go wide. Bateman zips down to the back line, grabs a ball, so they'll have one more chance before the penalty expires. And Charteris can sprint back out to join his mates. Right. Bateman makes the pass up top, and Austin with a quick shot. That one goes wide. Penalty about to release. Back to even strength. Bishops gets another shot off before the player can get back in there. Bishops with the ball again. Ryan Dewar behind the net. Watched by Michael Moriyama. Pick coming from Malloy. Dewar slides past that. Right with the shot. Save. Oh, and another shot. That one went wide and it hit the defender. Patrick McCrory in the perfect position. Patrick and Ryan McCrory, the brothers, both All-Canadians this year for Western. Bishops taking their time, setting things back up. Joel Wright trying to dodge through. He's stripped. A nice play by McCrory. You can see how good he is with that stick. And here comes Western pushing numbers. Oh, they've got a man open on the crease, but he falls into the crease. We're going to have a crease possession call, and Bishops will get the ball back.
Bishops caught a bit of a break there, though, because if that man hadn't have fallen, that was a goal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's Ryan McCrory, who's, as we've mentioned, quite a goal scorer.
Brad Haddon was a little bit optimistic on that pass there.
You get a little overexcited sometimes. As a long pole myself, I remember, you get up into the offensive zone and you don't get to go very often. You want to make something happen sometimes. And
you want to contribute to the play.
Bradley Haddon gets up in the offensive zone a lot more than I used to. He runs a lot better than I did too. Sam Neeb set up on the far side. Western pursuing their options. Miles. Back to Neeb. Go to the man at the GLE. Throw it back down to Masterson. Jones-Smith takes it. working the way around the outside.
Yeah.
McCrory down low, throws it back up top. Neep thought about passing it down to him. A little pressure coming from Bishops now. That was a huge goal for Bishops to get that one back after an early start by Western. You know, when you've played that game the night before, you've got some momentum, you're warm, you're kind of sharper maybe. We have a penalty coming. Western scores. The officials conferring. No indication of a goal, so.
Gators look like they got a man down on the field right now.
Yeah. Can't see who it is, but one of the defenders has gone down, and the trainer out quickly. Let's take a look at, looks like his leg. Bradley Haddon shaken up. Yeah, you can see him favoring the right leg as he heads over to the bench. It's an opportunity for somebody else to come in and step up.
Yeah, come and fill in a big role here for this
Aiden
semifinal
Reynolds
game.
comes onto the field. Haven't seen a whole lot of him. Number 20 up top. So Bishops has received a penalty, but no goal. We haven't quite heard the official explanation of what happened yet. It was a slash, but the goal waved off, it sounds like, for a crease violation, but a slashing call prior to that. So Western
really wants to use this man advantage right now to put themselves ahead by 2 again.
Yeah, the 1 minute penalty. There's a shot and a goal. Cody Ward just rips that one. And the Mustangs go up 3-1 with the man up goal. And, you know, it's you go man down, but that's another one where Western was putting so much pressure on the Bishops defense that they just, that draws the slashing penalty.
Yeah, exactly. Get a little bit lazy and you start using the stick more than your feet.
And again, we're talking about Bishops had an emotional and physical game last night against Guelph. Western comes up with the ball off the face-off. Bit of a whack by Ryan Dewar with the one-hand swing. Austin Haber. He'll pass it off. He's going to stay out there for an offensive position. Nope, now he's heading off. Cuts back into the defensive zone and heads over to the sideline so they can get their offensive middies out there and eventually have a defender come out for him. Cody Ward taking his time. Pair of goals already for Ward early in this game. He starts to drive past X. They move it up top. Ryan Miles is going to throw the shot down. Kind of an odd shot.
Yeah, a little far out, and he tried to go for almost like a bounce shot, but
yeah, that one bounces off the defender. Great hustle by Bigley to get that ball. We talked about his athleticism as a goalie being a game changer. Of course, now he's going to be double teamed, but that does mean somebody's open, and he very calmly makes the pass across.
Oh.
Now that wasn't quite as calm.
Gators getting in each other's way there, and they're not quite sure who's supposed to receive that pass.
Yeah, Shane Jackson just kind of lobbed it in between the two of them. And Western gets the ball back.
It's too bad the Gators needed that reception.
Yeah, we've been starting to talk a couple times about how, with the game last night, Bishops has some momentum, but they also can take a physical toll. And there's some work on Cody Ward harassing Bigley into a turnover. And Western is just controlling the flow of this game. Other than that one burst, which resulted in a Bishops goal, it's really been all Western today.
Yeah, Western's all over them right now in the offensive zone. Putting a lot of shots on net, really making Bigley work. And
as a team that's on the receiving end of that pressure, Bishop's really, the focus, of course, is to just weather the storm. Don't get too far behind. Make sure you stay in the game until you can get the tide turned a little bit, because momentum obviously and always swings.
Well, Bishop's has already shown that when we get possession, we can get it down to their offensive zone. We can do something with the ball, but Western's offense is just so strong that Bishop's isn't quite able to get the ball back away from them and do anything with it.
I knew you'd catch yourself.
Yeah, I did, just as I said it out loud.
I'm Stephen Stamp with Sawyer Brock, a Bishop student in the communication something program. But that's a great goal. Cody Ward, the hat trick, scoops down low to get that pass from Jordy Jones-Smith and reaches up to tuck it home. And boy,
nice
Western's really piling it on.
First quarter here.
Yeah. He could be well on his way to getting himself a new head as part of the player of the game package. Nice new lacrosse heads for the top player from each team in each game here at the 2015 Baggataway Cup. Ball pops out. Nice little play by Michael Byrne to just tap the ball over. And that, boy, Michael Byrne is not going to get the assist on that, but what a play by Byrne off the face-off to tap it over.
That's I think almost 3 of their goals and 4 of their opportunities that Western's had where there's been a man on the far crease that's just wide open. Bigley's had no chance. The defenders just kind of get drawn into the guy with the ball, and they leave the man open on the far field.
Yeah, it's just great movement. As the first quarter ends, 5-1 for the Western Mustangs. And they are pretty pumped up.
Oh, they're hyped up. Definitely not the way the Gaiters were hoping to start this semifinal game here on their home field, but they're going to regroup now between the quarters and try and bring it back to stick it to Western a little bit.
McCrory with his second goal of the game. Ward with 3, and Jordy Jones-Smith with a pair of assists. But again, a great play. Got to get back to Michael Byrne.